welcome to Asian Pulse Television. I'm your host, Brianna Prasad. Thank you for tuning in to your informative educational network. We are broadcasting from the unceded territory of Semiahmoo, Katzie, Kwalton, and Musqueam Nation. We are grateful for the first people of this land for sharing their beautiful space with the rest of us. I'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
क्या आप अपना ड्रीम होम खरीदना चाहते हो या अपने घर से पैसे निकालकर अपने किचन या अपने घर को रेनोवेट करना चाहते हो लेकिन बैंक्स ने आपको मना कर दिया है? मैं एक इंडिपेंडेंट मॉर्गेज ब्रोकर हूं जो कई बैंक्स और क्रेडिट यूनियंस और प्राइवेट लेंडर्स के साथ काम करता हूं।
For more information, please call Vic Prasad at 604-306-6647. Vic Prasad is one of the top brokers of Invest Craft Mortgages and is also a member of the Canadian Mortgage Brokers Association of BC.
For any kind of visa-related services, contact Milky Way Immigration, a galaxy of opportunities located at Unit 209-9547 152 Street, Surrey, BC. They have licensed immigration consultants, placement officers, and LMIA experts to meet your immigration and recruitment needs. Book one-time free consultation either on Facebook or by calling 604-396-0005.
Thank you, sponsors. If you would like to be our sponsor and provide sponsorship in any segment of this show, get in touch with Camilla by calling the number 604-537-5123. Enjoy Honda Celebration of Lights. One was taking place this evening at English Bay and the next one is on Saturday. You can leave your car at home and hop on the SkyTrain. SkyTrains will be running every 3 minutes. Enjoy, stay safe, and drink plenty of water. Our guest today is Tom Dutta, editor of a new children's book called Tulua. Please have a look.
Hello and welcome to Asian Pulse. Yes, my guest today is Tom Dutta, and the recent publication that he has done is the book. It's called The Talanoa Way, and we're going to be talking about the book. And there's a lot more happening, or it's happened since I have spoken to him last time when he was in the studio. So welcome, Tom.
Oh, it's nice to be back, Camilla.
Yeah, it took a long time to get back because one time we were ready, but when I say, but you were not, so that's okay. But just talk about since last time what has happened.
Oh, so many things have happened. First of all, I'm so grateful to you.
Okay.
You know, Camilla has me come on the show, and I sometimes say to myself, what have I done to have you being so nice to me?
Oh, come on.
But the last time I was here, I was talking to you about a new book that I was publishing.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to talk to you about that and tell the audience about the book. It's a coloring book.
Mm-hmm.
Also what's behind the book. There's some concepts.
Yeah.
I've also just finished my first year of my doctoral degree.
Yes.
And I'm doing that at a London University,
Yes.
Middlesex, so that's tied into this.
Yeah.
Besides that, I've just been trying to have fun and stay cool.
It's too hot here. It's very hard to stay cool right now.
It is.
But yeah, we have to take care of each other. Again, we complain about summer so much. Summer comes and goes, and then we start looking for a jacket and gloves and all that. And they say, it's a huge change. So we should not be complaining about the heat.
If I can just give perspective, I was talking to somebody who's in a speaking group I'm in,
Yeah.
and they were from Iran.
Yeah.
And they were doing a speech, and they said, it's summertime, and then they said, I hate summer. And afterwards, we all talked about it, and I said, why do you hate summer? They said, Tom, where I come from, it's 110 degrees every day, there's no shade, and it's like that all year round.
Yes.
So I don't complain anymore about the heat.
Yeah, just think about people living in deserts and all that. There's no trees, no shade, nothing.
No.
You have to live with the heat.
India was 52 degrees
Yes.
recently.
Yeah.
That's horrible heat.
Yeah, we are still lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So let's talk about the book. What made you decide that you want to do a children's book?
Well, it's a story behind the story.
Yeah,
So
okay.
first of all, like you and all the audience, at one point I think I was a child, a
Yeah.
little boy.
Right.
I always loved to color when I was a kid, and I like to tell stories, so some of you might relate, but there's a restaurant called White Spot.
Mm-hmm.
My father, Ashok, who passed away years ago, loved Dad. I remember going to White Spot, and then the waitress would come and put down a picture
I know.
and some crayons, and then Mom and Dad would just talk, Dad would drink his beer, and they would be talking and be coloring.
Yeah.
Recently, I was working in a restaurant. I had a concussion years ago, as I mentioned on my last
Yeah.
time here. And I spent a year serving pizza and beer in a restaurant.
Okay.
And Camilla, I would see parents come in, young parents, who would sit at the table, put the two young children on the chairs, and then they put an iPad in their hands and turn it on, and then those children were glued to the iPad.
Entertained, yeah.
Entertained. When I grew up, there was no TV.
Yeah, there was no
So-
TV, no iPad.
No. So, you know, it's a world where there's so much tough stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd be a dream to write or create a coloring book. But the story behind it is a deeper story. So during my doctoral degree, and I'm doing a doctoral degree in London, where I was born, my professor, Kate, and I want to do a shout out to Kate. Kate's wonderful. She said, you need to dig into your Fijian heritage. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, go find some research articles. So, you know, you can go to Google. I don't know if you know this, but if you put in Google Scholar in the search field, it comes up with another Google, but it's Google Scholar. And all the research from Google Scholar, they're reliable scholarly articles. So I just put in Fiji, and all this stuff came up, and then Talanoa, the word Talanoa came up. Now, I'm from Fiji, born here, well, born in England, come here. So I was embarrassed because I didn't know what Talanoa meant. I started reading it, and I went, wow, this is really exciting. So Talanoa is a Pacific Islander word. And I'll just take the book here for a minute and show the camera.
Yeah.
So the coloring book is called Talanoa Way with Pet Pals Coloring Stories, a journey filled with furry, feathered, and finned friends. This is the world's first coloring book with Fiji in it. In fact, it's built on the Talanoa Way.
Yes.
So Talanoa Way...
No, you keep that if
I'll
you want
keep
to
that.
show them.
So what is Talanoa Way? It's a Pacific Islander term.
Yeah.
It's Tongans, Samoans, Fijians. What they would do is the village elders would get together and sit in a circle.
Yeah.
So they come sit in a circle. And as I read, they would start off with a gift. And in Fiji, I think they call that sevu sevu. There'd be a gift, and then there'd be maybe a drink.
Yeah,
Kava.
Yeah, kava, yeah.
Although you'd feel a little bit of a buzz maybe.
Yeah.
And then Talanoa, they would go around the circle, and everybody would just talk. But to be invited into the Talanoa, you had to agree to bring your stories, bring what was connected to you back in the village, maybe the children, maybe the women.
A family or death in the
That's right.
family or somebody's
Exactly.
house burned down or something like that, yeah.
So you would come in the Talanoa, but you would honor other people.
Yeah.
You'd bring your beliefs, you'd bring your history
Yeah.
from past generation. And they would talk about anything. And so I remember reading the article, and it said, talk, talk, talk. And I like that, Talanoa, talk, talk, talk. What's different between that and North America is in North America, when people sit in a room, sometimes there's ego. Sometimes there's positionality.
Yeah.
You know, we have to agree on this.
Yes.
Talanoa is very different.
Yeah.
It's like, just come, talk, 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 have fun. And Talanoa can go on for hours. So today, they still use Talanoa back in the Pacific Islands.
Yeah.
And remember the Fiji coup
Yeah.
in the 80s?
Yeah.
I read that to get through the coup, they used Talanoa. Now, I'm a big advocate of mental health. So in mental health, they have group therapy.
Yes.
And it's kind of a mini Talanoa. People come in a group, and then they share, and they talk it out. So how does that happen to the book? So I thought about this. I thought, remember that story about White Spot?
That people give
here's your crayons and all. And so
Yeah.
what do? We say, shut up and just be quiet, and you do your coloring.
Yeah.
And I'm busy, maybe I'm doing my work. But we don't really bring the children together, right? So I thought, maybe if we change the way children color, and we have them sit together with the parent in a
group, yeah.
in a group.
Yeah.
So the child comes and they color, but what does the parent do? And that's the other part of this that I wanted to share with you. I found this other piece of research, and I'll give you a copy. You have it there.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to have this on the screen later, right?
Okay.
So this is called the Circle of Security.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you where this came from. I'll just read it here.
Yeah.
The Circle of Security, is designed to improve the developmental pathway of children and their parents. So, Camille, this was created by Robert Marvin at the University of Virginia in Charlottesville.
Okay.
Glenn Cooper, Kent Hoffman, Bert Powell from Mary Cliff Institute in Spokane, Washington. They originated this model. So the circles of security, it's kind of a cool picture. What it is it's basically what a child needs. It's a circle of security, parents attending to the child's needs. So every
Yeah.
child needs a safe haven and a secure base.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to read a few things out
Yes,
here for the audience
yeah.
to hear. So if you're a child, think about this. A child is maybe thinking, protect me,
Yeah.
comfort me,
Yeah.
delight in me, organize my feelings, welcome me coming to you. That's what they need.
Yeah.
And then they need for you to support their exploration. They're curious, they want to explore. And they also want you to watch over them, delight in them,
Yeah.
help them, enjoy with them. So think about this.
Yeah.
Most children, when they grow up, and I can experience this, parents are really busy. We love our parents, but
Yeah.
they're busy. And the child doesn't get a lot of this.
Yes.
So the last thing I want to read with you before I tell you about the book more, it says a secure attachment between child and caregiver is critical to a child's current and future well-being. University-based research has shown that secure children have increased empathy, greater self-esteem, better relationships with parents and their peers, and they enter school more ready to learn. They're able to handle their emotions better and less secure peers. They grow older, they grow more secure, and they're less likely, get this, they're less likely to live in poverty, have legal problems, or experience chronic emotional difficulties.
Okay.
So this is evidence-based research.
Yeah.
And you can find this on the internet if you Google Circle of Security. It's used out there.
Yeah.
So
So that's great.
what's
So what
behind the
it
book.
means is, the more time you spend with your children, and I know parents are too busy to say because they have to go out of the house and work and bring the money to the table or for the food and all. But at the same time, whatever time you are able to give it to them, please, instead of being on the phone,
exactly.
being on the social media.
That's
yeah,
right.
give them the iPad.
Yeah.
iPad is
Yeah.
not a parent.
No, you're absolutely right. And the thing about it is that I was thinking it's such a simple thing, but coloring, and coloring also is creative.
Yeah.
So I'll just tell you that my professor endorsed the book, and she wrote something on the back here.
Yeah.
And the way I created the book is so that it has skills. It teaches the children skills.
Yeah.
So it's for ages 3 to 12 and up.
Okay.
But they actually learn motor skills.
Yeah.
They learn how to imagine. But here's the other thing I wanted to show you. Before I show you a picture in the book, I brought my friend back, Mr. Brain. He was, or Mrs. Brain in your case. What a beautiful brain. That's about the size. Deep in the middle of your brain is something called the amygdala.
Yeah.
And Camila, the amygdala is about that big, I think. And so all emotions, memories, and deep emotions are stored in there. So when a child up to the age of, well, really it's up to the age of about 25,
Yeah.
children don't have the use of the frontal part of their brain.
The
So they,
brain.
so everything they hear, it goes and it's stored as truth. So, I love you. You're stupid. I'm busy, right? You're not important. All that gets stored in the amygdala. So you can start seeing with the circle of security
Yeah.
that if a child needs all this, they need to be safe, they need to be loved.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember somewhere somebody said, you and I as parents have a big responsibility to feed our children.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to just make that bigger now, to feed our children safety and love.
Yeah.
So in the middle of there, if we can, in the Talanoa, sit with a child as we color, and then tell them stories. This is the part of the book that I created that I just love, and see what you think. So in the book, there's 40 different images, and I'm just going to turn to the one here.
Yeah.
So you can see,
Yeah.
the first image, everyone, is called Cozy Living Room.
Yeah.
And so I've put a narrative or description on each image. Here's another one.
Yeah.
Garden playtime. Okay, and we have pet visit. This
Yeah.
is actually an image of pets going to the pet doctor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
think about
veterinary.
this, the child when they're coloring, they don't know this yet.
Yeah.
They haven't experienced the world yet. So this is how you use this. So for example, we'll go back to the first one here. And so you're my child, and now we're sitting, no TV, no cell phone. And so I give you some crayons, and I say, now Daddy's going to read you a story, and why don't you color? So the child starts coloring, so they're learning to create.
Yeah.
But what's the parent doing? Well, I'm telling you a story.
Yeah.
So I might be just telling you, see this picture here? This is a picture of a cat and
Yeah,
a dog
and a dog.
and some
a
friends.
Cage, yeah,
But-
some beds in there.
But they're in the living room.
Yeah.
But I want to tell you, my granddad, my dad used to light a fire. He used to light a fire, and my brothers and my mom and I, we'd sit around in the living room.
Yeah.
And sometimes Dad would tell us a story, and there was so much love, and my mom would go and she would cook some food.
Yeah.
And so we would have cozy living
Yeah.
room time, just like this. So what's happening right now is I'm telling you a story that has love, that has memories of my childhood that are good, but that's actually going into your brain.
Yeah.
And as a child, those will be there forever.
Yep.
So what a wonderful thing to put beautiful stories, and then those children later in life will tell their children, and it'll pass down for generations, just like the Talanoa.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. That's wonderful. That however you treat your children when they are young, or you're too noisy, or go in your room, or clean up and all that, and the language you also use that, it stays in their brain forever.
Absolutely. Well, this is a big topic. You and I talked about this last time. Those who know my story, and I wrote about it in my first book.
Yeah.
So I grew up without a dad from a young age.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of tough stuff in my home. My dad drank a lot. And
Yeah.
That's one of my important messages, is that what the children see and hear goes into that brain, and it's stored there.
Yeah.
So remember, this is all about developing loving, healthier children.
Yeah.
Another article that I found in
And that's what shapes up the child and the man he's going to become, or a
Exactly.
person he's going to become.
Exactly.
Because it's all comes down to your brain, what the thing, and self-confidence, self-love.
Totally.
I was loved when I was growing up by
Yes.
my grandparents, my parents. They spent so much time. They will always read to me, things like that, all those. And when they have children, they do the same thing.
Absolutely, and you said something that's part of that circle of security was self-esteem, and this is all evidence-based.
Yeah.
So what you said was brilliant. The thing about these experiences is there's another article I found, and I'll just be quick on this one because
Yeah.
it's very complicated, but there's a word in it called maltreatment.
Yeah.
This article wasn't easy to read for me.
Yeah.
And I know there's thousands of children out there who get older who might relate to this. What maltreatment is it's basically, it comes in different forms. So let's just say that you're going to the studio and you have a child at home. You have your briefcase, you're leaving, and your child's saying, "Mommy, mommy, mommy," and you're just busy and you don't realize, but you kind of ignore them.
Yeah.
Because you have to get to your first appointment.
Yeah.
Or dad comes home from work, or mom, they're stressed out and tired, they're on a call, and maybe they get into an argument.
Yeah.
Or in my case, dad starts drinking, and
yeah.
then dad starts changing into a bit of a monster.
Yeah.
These are the things that we have to understand. They actually shape the brain,
Yeah.
and there's a system in the brain that manages stress.
Yeah.
So just think about if a child grows up with a form of maltreatment in their home, the stress management system of the brain can actually get underdeveloped.
Yeah.
So I'm here to say proudly that, I have done counseling and worked on myself all my life, but I have a brain that wasn't developed emotionally effectively.
Yeah.
And I spent most of my life learning that, and today I understand how to manage that. So if we take children and we want them to go into life and deal with stress, take on jobs where sometimes there's pressure. Or what about school?
Yeah.
Depression and suicide and some of these things are high levels with students in school. This all comes back to the beginning, right,
Yeah,
of how
yeah,
we foundation.
yeah,
So
yeah.
back to the beautiful Talanoa
Yeah,
Way.
right.
I want to tell you some other quick things about
Yeah,
this that I'm
yeah.
excited about. You were there, and it's because of you that I was there, but I was invited to a dinner
Yeah.
in honor of
Yeah.
the Fiji Trade Commission.
Yeah.
So Manoa Kamika,
Yeah.
Deputy
yeah.
Prime Minister,
Yeah, Deputy Prime Minister.
he was there, and you all allowed me to give him the book.
Yeah.
So the Deputy PM of Fiji has a copy of my book,
Yes.
and since then, they've connected me to the Education Minister.
Okay, in Fiji.
Yeah, so we're working to try and get this into the system, and he loved the concept.
Yeah.
The other thing is I've been doing book tours, so we're out there and people are seeing it. The book is selling in Europe,
Yeah.
The UK, Germany, Canada, US.
Yeah.
And nobody knows about it unless I just share it and talk
Yeah.
about it. So I'm fairly happy where it's gone.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to do is have some fun by acknowledging the children. And so there's a contest. It's
Yeah.
a coloring contest.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but I love contests.
Yes.
In fact, I love to get stuff.
Yeah.
Does anybody
Yeah.
love to get stuff?
Yeah.
So right on the book here, it says to go to creat.ca. That's Create. That's my
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
Create.ca. If you go to the book page, you can upload an image from the book.
Yeah,
One of these that you've
Yeah.
colored.
Yeah.
And then
And do the color. And
do the color,
coloring.
send it. The parents can help with it if the children's
Yeah.
young. And then we're drawing a prize.
Yeah.
And there'll be something special for a winner. So,
So how often do you give the prize?
well, I'm going to announce today the very first one.
Oh, okay.
So it depends on how much comes in, but my goal would be once a month,
Okay.
right? Until I go broke, maybe.
Okay.
So I'm really excited, and it's an honor to announce the first winner on your show. Can we do that together?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I am really excited to show you this picture, and I know
Yes.
that you'll put it on the screen
Yeah,
later
yeah,
in the
yeah.
production. Isn't that beautiful? Now, this was done by, so drum roll please, and the winner, the very first winner of the Talanoa Coloring Contest is Sana Abbas. Sana Abbas, she's 8 years old, she lives in Surrey.
Okay.
And so she got the book
Beautiful
when it first came
coloring,
out, she colored
beautiful.
that. So congratulations, I want to just give you a round of applause.
Yes, yes.
What we'll be doing is we've created a big foam board poster
Oh,
of
okay.
this.
Oh.
I'll be autographing it.
And that will be the
And
present
she-
you'll be
That
presenting.
and
to.
plus a special prize.
Okay.
So I won't say what it is, but it's worth some money. And I
Okay.
think she'll be excited. So when your show comes out, I'm going to tell her and her dad and her mom.
Yeah.
And it was announced here on your
Yeah.
show, so I'm so
Yeah.
excited about it.
Yeah.
And
And she doesn't know yet.
she doesn't know yet.
Yeah.
She just submitted it.
Yeah.
So now I also want to give you something. I'm really excited. And make an offer to the viewers of the show.
Yeah.
So the first 100 print copies of the book. So
Yeah.
usually when you publish a book, everyone, you do a book tour, you go on media, which is what this is.
Yeah.
I have 100 of these, and what I'm doing is I'm personally signing them.
Okay.
And when I get the name of the child, I'm writing something to them.
Yeah.
And then I'm wrapping it up in gold paper.
Yeah.
I'm putting little stickers on it of pets.
Yeah.
And then inside, there's a sticker on the book that said signed by author,
Yeah.
your name, the name of the child, and a little coloring
I mean,
crayons.
yeah, crayons. Because
So it's
you
my
need
honor
that.
to present Camilla her first top 100 signed
Copies
copies
of
for
the
you.
book,
Hopefully it'll be a
Talanoa.
collector's item. So
Thank you
congratulations.
so
It's from my
much.
heart.
Thank
You're welcome.
you, thank you. I mean, you gave it to the Deputy Prime Minister of Fiji, and I'm the second one to get it.
You are.
Thank
And
you.
it comes with a challenge. That's the color, and we'll put you in the contest.
Yeah, you're gonna put me.
Do you
So
think she
there
can
is-
color? I think so.
No, I can. So there is no age limit or nothing.
No, in fact, well, this is interesting because I created the book for age 3 to 12 and
Okay,
up.
yeah.
But there's a lot of adults who color.
Okay.
In fact, for mental
Because
health,
it's
coloring
healing.
Coloring is healing, you said it. So there is no limit. And so I
And
have
it's
a
so good for your mental health. right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make a special offer.
Okay,
And I'm doing
yeah.
this for the first, let's just say the first 10 people who
Yeah.
see your show.
Okay.
And will connect with me.
Okay.
And you can tell me after how maybe we can put on the screen my number or something.
Yeah,
how we
yeah,
wanna do it.
yeah.
The first 10 people who do, we're going to be personally signing the book, wrapping it just like that, and autographing it with a note to the child.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to, and that'll be at a deeply discounted price. The books are selling on Amazon. We're working to get them in bookstores everywhere.
Yeah.
But for the first 10, it'll be one of the first 100 copies. So,
So you had it, the first 10 books, the people that are watching Asian Pulse, and there will be an email or there is a website address that we're gonna put.
Yes.
And you go in there, and then that's where you would be able to get the book,
yeah, absolutely.
all wrapped up like this,
That's
with the crayons,
Yeah.
and a smiley face with your name and everything.
And I sign them all myself. I
Yeah.
wrap it myself.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the greatest wrapping job, but I want the
But
child to know it.
beautiful, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm looking at the clock too, so we are out of time, but thank you so much being so creative,
Thank you.
you know? And
Yeah.
you're making so many happy children so happy once they get it,
Yeah.
something for them to do. It's summertime too.
That's right.
Yeah. And Talanoa Way is a Fijian way.
Yeah, and that would be my last challenge to everybody.
Yeah.
Is that, let's take our culture.
Yeah.
For the next generation, let's take our culture back and be proud out loud about Fiji.
Yeah.
So write a story, create something with Fiji in it.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me.
Okay.
Thank you, Tom Dutta, for your new book. Angel Music Productions is bringing another mega show on August 4th at Punjab Banquet Hall in Surrey. There'll be entertainers from 6 different countries which you haven't witnessed before. Get your tickets now by calling Mike Singh Promoter at 604-818-9405. Bula Rugby Tournament is taking place in Delta on the week of August 17th and 18th. There'll be over 25 rugby teams from all over Canada participating at this tournament. For sponsorship and more information, please call Sela at 778-713-2418. July is here. During this month is also scorching heat. Keep yourself and your elderly parents safe as well as pets in the house. Never take your pet for a drive and leave them in a hot car. If nothing, you can always leave your pet at home. They're much safer being at home than in a hot car. The 13th Annual Missouri Begum Festival is taking place on September 28th at 6 p.m. at the Macy Theatre in New Westminster. For tickets and more information, please call 604-521-5050. If you're organizing any events in your community and you would like for us to promote it, please email us at asianpulse@gmail.com. We've run out of time now, and I hope you've enjoyed the show as much as I do enjoy bringing it to you. If you ever miss our shows, you can always tune in on Shaw Cable every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m., Thursdays at 8:30 p.m., and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. All of our shows are also broadcasted in Calgary on Channel 10 on Shaw Cable Network and also get uploaded to our YouTube channel under Camilla Singh Talk Shows. Before I leave, I'll leave you with these thoughts. Be careful who you share your weakness with. Some people can't wait for the opportunity to use it against you. It's hot out there. Keep yourself hydrated and keep an eye on people who are elderly, babies, and pets. Best way to cool down is to drink as plenty of water as you can. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we look forward to seeing you next week at the same channel, same time. I'm your host, Brianna. Bye for now.